Guys, back at it today with another movie review, and today I'm going to be giving you a spoiler-free review on God's Not Dead 5, In God We Trust. By the way, my name is Eddie, and I've got a testimony. God's Not Dead 5 is the fifth installment of the popular Christian series God's Not Dead, which follows a Reverend David Hill as he's asked by a friend to run for Congress since their initial person had a tragic event that happened before election was happening. So David's like, nah, I don't want to do this. Then he realizes that his running mate happens to want to eliminate religion from all public settings. Set an internal fire in David, so he eventually says yes, he's going to be running for Congress against Peter Kane, the guy who wants to eliminate religion from all public settings. The movie also follows a Lottie J, who is Reverend Hill's campaign manager. She has second thoughts as well, but eventually gets in the game, and she has, you could say, some interesting stories in there as well. So, unlike the Forge movie, which I watched last week, did not have a clear villain. It was just more internal struggles. This one had, I want to say it had 3 villain characters, which I love the contrast between these Christian movies. Some focus on, like, evil people, and some just follow on the struggle within. Overall, this movie is not really for critics. If you want a movie that is just perfect throughout and every fact is 100%, this is not for you. But if you're just looking for a feel-good movie with an overall positive message, this is definitely for you. And this movie happened to have been released only a few months before our 2024 presidential election, which it could not have come at a more perfect time. One thing about this movie, it doesn't focus on like Democrat versus Republican. They did not even say those 2 words at all in this movie, which I could not figure out which side is which. David's name was in blue on the board, but some of his religious ideas were Republican, so overall I'm happy they didn't make it a war between these 2 sides. They just focused on religion and eliminating religion. The message of this movie really needs to be heard nowadays because religion is starting to fade away in some places, and I'm trying to be the guy that brings it back, as you guys can tell. Before I send you guys off today, I just want to read a little passage out of the Bible from Matthew chapter 24, and starts at verse 3. Later, Jesus sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, "Tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return and the end of the world?" Jesus told them, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers, and many will turn away from me and betray me and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. And the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come." Jesus says something's going to happen in the Bible, you better bet it's going to happen. So it's just only a matter of when all this stuff is going to happen. So that's why I'm trying to spread the good news to you guys. So you are going to be saved from all this. You're not going to be rotting in hell. I'm here to help you guys. So overall for this movie, again, I don't do ratings, but I really enjoyed it. I would say I enjoyed The Forge a little bit more, but this was still a good movie and still a good addition to the series. And other than that, God bless all of you guys, and peace.